actually matched, or actually they haven't even matched the roles yet again, because as you mentioned, it's jungle not there for the side of C9, and Aatrox already locked in. So even though EG is opting out of the Ornn versus X matchup, they are opting in to giving Licorice a power pick and being able to ban out as many potential counters as they want. Also note that, like, Zoe's still up, so I do think that maybe EG should just, like, throw a little ban there, like, just in case, since Niski is about 50-0 KDA, I think, something approximately in 4 games in the playoffs. So EG is still in for a doozy.
Well, they're going to throw in some jungle bans first off. They're going to hope they can maybe push Blabber down a little bit. I am curious what he looks like not on the Nocturne. Very clearly, Cloud9 want to play this champion a lot. They put a lot of time and, you know, on practicing this and getting it ready. Like, they run out a lot. It seems to be first pick for them. So do want to see what he looks like on somewhere else, see if the games play out a little bit differently. We are seeing more fighter bans to try to drop Kumo down. I feel like Maokai's next on the list. I don't think it's a great matchup overall, but that's probably where Kumo goes, to be honest. And we can see what the EG final ban is.
I don't think he's practiced it, but the pick I would actually recommend would be Malphite. Fnatic played it today over in the LEC, and you can just stack up such an absurd amount of armor early that you can stop him from being able to bully, and you'd be able to ult on to a Varus, but that runs into a host of problems later because Ven could just go AP Varus, and you can also consume the Malphite ultimate, so you will eventually get outscaled. It's going to be hard almost no matter what. I feel like it's actually a little comical that they banned out the Camille, just because I don't think that Kumo would win that matchup. They're basically just saying, we don't even need this final ban against Kumo, and I think it's a bit of a posture from C9.
All right, so Pantheon comes through, certainly a very strong jungler, and we'll see what he can do with this one. So Scared had a very, very rough Pantheon game. Some of that over-aggression, to be fair, and then obviously got a bit outscaled. But Blabber still has a semi-global ultimate to get to any side that he wants to go fight a 2v1 out of nowhere from thin air, and Pantheon maybe does some similar things to the Nocturne, even if they liked Nocturne a bit more. They're going to grab that one regardless. EG get the top lane pick, and Poppy comes through as a top lane tank pick, and they get to steal away the Zoe.
Yeah, it's actually only going to be Jizuke's third Zoe game of the split. He's 1-1 on it so far, but I think it's needed to take it, and oh man, if... Let's see it. Let's see it, Niski. Lock in the Rise. Like, if they win the first 2 games by doing the Aatrox, Ornn, Aatrox, and then they win game 2-3 by doing Rise, Zoe, Zoe, Rise... Or, you know, just Kassadin, because C9 can do what they want.
Okay. No, they're going very early pressure. Pantheon to Leah. Like, you talk about Gragas Yasuo being really good in game 1. Pantheon to Leah, another well-known, strong duo for mid-jungle. Niski is saying, hey, we're going to win super hard early game. I expect Varus Tahm Kench to win the early lane. I expect Aatrox over Poppy to win the early lane. And you've got Pantheon to Leah. Should win that early game, too. And
think about how much this team can shift on the map. Like, the global pressure of the Tahm Kench being able to take his Varus buddy, and then Pantheon and Taliyah flying anywhere they want. That is so much total shutdown to any type of map pressure that Jizuke tries to apply in split push. So what was EG's greatest strength throughout the end of the split when they're on the big winning streak, it was their ability to split the map and do 1-3-1 in every single draft that C9 has done. They figured this out. They picked Nocturne, they picked Tahm Kench. They're just throwing the cherry on top with the Taliyah in this final draft. So if EG wins, it's not going to be through split push.
Yeah, we're going to see if they can kind of make that one happen. Meanwhile, Cloud9, of course, have a very early game skewed draft. I am a little concerned about their scaling if it does mystically get to 28 minutes with equal gold. But C9 averaged, 1,500 gold lead in the first 3,000 gold in the first 15 minutes, and then just grow it linearly or exponentially in some cases from there. So we'll see what can happen here. Cloud9 have the draft for an explosive early game for breaking out pretty quickly in.
And just for a little bit more historical context on what C9 is doing so far in this spring split, there have only been 2 other teams to ever go 17-1 in the regular season. It was 2016 Spring Immortals and 2016 Summer TSM. 2016 Summer TSM did it in best of 3s, so they actually had more game losses. When those teams went into playoffs, Immortals actually got swept out of the playoffs, and then TSM went 3-0 in the semis and 3-1 in the finals. What C9 has been doing is they're currently 5-0 in the playoffs, and because of the new playoff format, could potentially go 9-0. The last time a team actually went undefeated in an NA LCS playoff was back in the summer split of 2015 when CLG did it en route to their first title. So historic stuff that C9 is looking like they might be doing if they can continue this dominance, close out EG 3-0 here, and move on to the finals.
Yeah, 4.5 years since our last undefeated playoff champion. Blabber going for an early play. All 5 are up there, but a chicken blocks the paddle star, just walks away. Nice attempt. By the way, Licorice is already top lane, ready to go. I appreciate the thought from EG. The idea of, hey, we expect Blabber to start with invade on Raptors. Let's set a trap for him. Problem is, the trap was sprung, and he wasn't under the little pinwheel. The little, you know, the metal lever came down, and he's like, nah, my tail detaches, no big deal. Ultimately, Kumo misses XP on 3 minions, not to mention the gold, of course, drops as well. Licorice gonna zone him off the wave. Top lane, you thought it was already bad. It's worse.
Yeah, and they actually get Zazel's exhaust on top of all of it. Braum is so strong level 1 that, I mean, you can tell C9 is going for the jugular. Like, counter-jungling Raptors that early in the game as the Pantheon is like a big bet about where Svenskeren going to start, and it actually was wrong. The fact that it didn't get punished is a little bit miraculous, and he's right back at it. He's just going to counter-jungle Svenskeren a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, they track the fact that, okay, he's starting bottom side of the jungle. He's probably doing, you know, Raptors, red, Krugs, then top side, so I'll just take your top side before you do it. We expect Gragas to have a faster overall clear speed. Yeah, you know, he can certainly try, but for now, Blabber is more than comfortable in his jungle pathing, and with his Raptors, with 2 camps gone, he's back to clearing.
Blabber's paths have been awesome. What a lot of times Gragas do is they'll 3-camp red side recall to get their Predator boots because then their initial gank is so high threat. But Blabber, having just counter jungle the side, can get full control of the Scuttle Crab. If he really wants, it's not the highest experience play, but it would be a higher map pressure play. He could actually double scuttle in this case because he knows Sven's going to be going up blue and he's already taken that side scuttle, or just gank.
And Jizuke's already been crowd control locked. He's going to flash away, and that is the rock hitting him in the back of the head.
Minions?
Iski just walks away from the minion aggro. He's going to be fine with that one. That is mid lane dead, all summoners gone, and a wave crashing into the turret that Sven's going to have to show up and pick up. And they know, yep, he did a full bot side clear, and now he's stuck in mid lane. Take whatever you want.
Yeah, so how about this? Let's double scuttle and get the kill mid. Jizuke has an exhaust, so he's feeling pretty confident here and is willing to take that trade, but he also just has no jungler, and this whole series, Jizuke has been playing lane like he has someone camping for him, and he just hasn't. It's always been Blabber there instead of Svenskeren, and that's what happens yet again.
Another attempted fight down here. Zazel unable to block the piercing arrow from Sven, so Bing's already at half HP. Has his potion, may need to use it before too terribly long. There we go, pops it there. Svenskeren's gonna have to walk down to the bottom side, but poor guy got to clear mid lane and take Wolf.
Good look.
And now stuck back at the bottom side. Nice flash pick up there. They're gonna find some damage on his Sven. Gonna try to push him back out, but they're already behind him. The flash not gonna bring him to safety. Svenskeren is on the board of the kill. Now looking over at Vulcan, who is reasonably tanky. Blabber shows up, so does Jizuke, so does Niski. Blabber's gonna be asleep. Blabber's going to die. Evil Geniuses 2-1 on the board. Teleports coming in towards the backside as Sven wants to rejoin his old lane. Vulcan gonna be pushed back, but he will stay alive. EG makes the fight work in the bot lane.
And what a huge pickup that is for EG. If we go back through the whole series, what's usually happened is the first bad thing happens, and then they try another early gank in a little bit of desperation, and that fails too. This time, it actually works. They played this extremely well from the get-go, so they don't Predator until he's actually out of fog, so they don't have time to react. They get the root, and then look at the patience. Svenskeren doesn't body slam early, right? They know that that Braum stun is still going to be on Sven, so post-flash they can still kill him. And then Blabber's a little bit greedy. He's trying to save his E for when it's empowered, but they stun lock him before he can get his empowered E and burst him down from that moment. So a little bit of a misplay from Blabber for sure. They had Sven dead to rights, and they finally convert a play.
And we go back to the rest of the map now as we can take a look at the fact that Cloud9 are down kills, but they're winning their lanes so much, they're still up 600 gold because they're winning the lanes by so much. 19 CSD in the bot lane, 10 up and top side with, again, Licorice going early coal to make that cash in later on. 2.5 camp lead for Blabber, mids plus 13, just every single possible role you could look at. Yeah, the death here and there doesn't matter. Cloud9 are still just slaughtering the early game. Hey, we're 6 minutes in. Why not take the Drake while Sven solo's a turret plate? There's more gold picked up, by the way.
Yep. I mean, this is why it's so hard to beat Cloud9, is they always find the way to apply the most pressure possible. We do have to keep in mind what we talked about in the draft. If this gold stays close into the late game, EG will have a chance because of the tankiness that Poppy can bring in the late game, and more importantly, just the immense damage of a late game Aphelios who is protected by a Braum. So yes, C9 had the little bit of a misstep with getting 2 deaths bottom, but their foot is straight back on the gas pedal, and Licorice, please, bud.
Well,
is he gonna flash it? Oh, okay.
Doesn't really matter. You got the rest of the squad. Doesn't have to flash that one. Kuma has his own flash.
Oh!
He predicts the flash, gets the flash follow, but it doesn't do enough to get the kill. Didn't have to burn the summoner, but still, Kumo is pushed off the wave, has to take the long walk back, and now into the mid lane is the rest of the squad. There's the stun, there's the knockback. Nothing you could do. Jizuke is gone again.
Did they actually get a mid-Hex Flash channel? Like, was Jizuke actually channeling Hex Flash as that Pantheon all came down? Oh man, this is mid-jungle, right? Like, this is how Pantheon jungle is supposed to oppress the opponent mid laner. Jizuke falling prey to the second straight Pantheon gank.
And now the gold lead is back to 1,300. I feel like we've seen these numbers before at this stage of the game. Cloud9 doing it again and again and again. Niski ready to push down the mid lane as Blabber says, hey Sven, do you want to defend mid lane? Would you like this wave of minions here as I'm pushing it down? It looks juicy. There's 100 gold here. Right now, though, Sven Skaren's going to kill this ward. Jizuka is going to clear it from a bit of relative safety.
And this is where things get really hard for EG to defend, because anytime someone tries to contest the wave against Niski's Taliyah, they're in danger of dying. And what that means is that Niski can now go wherever he wants, so that puts the rest of the map on notice. So EG isn't really allowed to play aggressive anyway, like anywhere on the map, unless they guess where Niski is. So like even now, they don't know for sure if Niski's in bot river, but Sven Skaren's there anyway. So already they have to take a risk, but they assumed he was taking Rift Herald, and they just got confirmation. These are the only types of plays that EG can make, is when C9 actually take an objective uncontested. Okay, now EG's allowed to move somewhere.
We'll see where they get to move. Sven Skaren gets to walk up and place a ward down with the help of his support. Zazel drops one down off his sight stone, and that's kind of it. They can now see Blabber as he enters his eastern jungle. Nice little attempt in the top side as Kuma has to get some damage in Licorice. And we look for the follow-up auto attacks, and oh, that is a positive health trade for the Aatrox. Sitting plus 15 minutes here at the 10-minute mark. Sort of expected lead based on everything else we've seen so far in this game. And well, Kumo just has to play this one defensively. Sven Skaren spots his opponent yet again. Looks for a trade of blows back there, both level 7. Sven and Vulcan coming by to help fight for this blue buff, and we'll see if, yes, they're going to bring Niski over. He's going to just drop the mini wave in mid lane, blast Cone over. They're going to fight for this buff.
Yeah, the one stat where Niski won't beat out other mid laners is in CS, because he's just totally willing to drop a wave in order to take fights like this.
They're going to poke back and forth. There's a stun. There's supposed to cast, but he's going to be able to cleanse and flash away from that one. So that's not a pickup there, but bang, just gets sniped down to 1/3 health, and that Zazel dropped low as well, and yet again, looks pretty comfortable for Cloud9. Sven Skaren is flashless, has to take the walk around, but I'm not sure EG can do much to stop this one. Jizuka can try for the steal. The Battlestar's back on cooldown. Another snipe towards Bang, and ooh, that got a bit close, but Niski managed to grab it all the same.
Yeah, I mean, kind of surprising Blabber didn't smite secure that, and they just said, all right, Niski, we feel like you'll probably do more damage. Extremely close steal by Niski, but it's kind of comical. Licorice is just taking the blue on the other side while everyone was 4v4ing.
But suddenly Gragas Doesn't have Smite, but has the rest of his spells. Svenskaren's got a body slam. Here comes Talia. Here comes Pantheon. We're in your jungle. We want your buff. We want your life as well. Slightly early on the shove. Doesn't matter, Svenskaren's still dead. Little did you know, Aatrox was already there, and Niski was ready to join. We get a recall off of Kumo. That's something, but it's still Cloud9 walking over this game.
Smart play by Licorice, and the rest of the team was totally ready to help out with that. I mean, EG tried to make their play into the blue side jungle of C9, and all the while, Licorice was already setting up the next play for C9, whereas EG was just kind of in recovery mode. It's like, hey, something happened. Let's just go back to farming for a bit. Dragon in 30 seconds. Meanwhile, you know, Licorice is able to get another kill. They kill the stopwatch from Svenskeren. They get both blues on their own side, and now C9 can reset up for their own next Drake.
1,800 gold difference. A little bit below average, to be honest. Cloud9, I think they have to step up a little bit more. You know, how dare they only be winning by a lot? They need to be winning by absurd amounts to keep up with their own level of performance. But the Drake is back alive. We'll see if C9 can contest that one. It's been up for just only a few seconds. Blabber gets rid of these wolves, has a level lead over Svenskeren. Bit of poke.
There's actually a small window where Kumo can teleport and Licorice won't be able to, which makes this difficult for C9 to contest. So they could actually get this Drake.
This would be the first major objective EG has grabbed pre-20 in the entire series. 0 Drakes, 0 Heralds, 0 turrets pre-20. Finally on the board with something early on in the game. This is the best early game they have had, and they are down 2,000 gold at 12.5 minutes into the game. Jizuke now poking back and forth with Niski. It's weird to say signs of life when this is obviously such a rough early game, but as we mentioned in Champ Select, the scaling difference is there on the EG side. C9 are a little bit under the gun. Herald gets charged, gets summoned. That should knock down top lane outer turret.
It will, and now the question is, since they were prepping a dive, can EG make something happen bottom? So they've definitely lost first turret. That bonus is gone. They're thinking about this dive down bot.
You got Svenskeren there waiting behind. They're going to find a little bit of poke, but only with the Runic Echoes. They can shove in a new wave, but that's a little bit slower as of the last couple of patches. Still, the mini wave will drop down. Shield comes in front. Ulti was popped by Sven. He's going to keep the team rooted in place. Quick chomp there. Sven's going to be safe. Another bit of CC towards Vulcan. And here comes Niski, and he wants the play. They're going to bring back Zazel. Stopwatch use. Explosive cast hits 4, but no way out for the Braum. 1-0 Cloud9's favor.
They are so good, Freak. It's just...
Yeah.
Anytime EG wants to make a play, if they don't make it instantly, and even a 3v2 dive against Tahm Kench with heal up is questionable at best. The fact that they even thought about it was punished. The fact that they were even there to look was punished because they moved. Niski has time to recall, he has time to get back. And Jizuke, did he get a solo kill?
Big play, auto attack, needs the auto attack, he can't get it off. About 80 health left. And Licorice gets away, and here comes the reinforcements. Blabber willing to flash. There's the stun, there's the auto. Sorry, you tried Jizuke. It looked elegant, but it wasn't enough. Pantheon over the top.
And this is how you demoralize an opponent. Anytime EG tries to do anything good, it ends up bad. So what are they really supposed to do? They try and make the play happen bottom side. It backfires. Before that, they took the Drake. What did that mean? Their entire blue side jungle, as well as their top turret, was down. Jizuke tried to go for a solo kill. By the way, you step beyond halfway in the lane, here's a Pantheon. So now they're 4,000 gold down, and they have to be losing hope pretty quickly.
Well, they got to find a way. Unironically, we're scaling. Yeah, it's 4,500 gold down. True. Yeah, we're back. We're doing worse than most teams do against Cloud9 in the first 15 minutes of the game. But we gotta find a way to stabilize, to slow it down and get a way back in. 25 CS deficit for Bang. That's gonna suck a little bit, but at least he got some assists. He's building towards Infinity Edge. Yeah, Jizuke, sadly down to 1 and 3. Isolated Death's leader at this point in LCS playoffs, at least for mid laners. Yeah, that's gonna suck, but you know, maybe you can turn it around later on to the game. Even Niski's up in farm, and as you mentioned, he's typically not because he roams around so much to help the team. But he can still try. They're gonna find a slow on Blabber. They're gonna find a bunch of CC. They explosive cast him back, and this time they finally get the 1-0. This time there's no Cloud9 reaction, at least not right away.
Niski's thinking about it, actually, but they're outnumbered. Surely they don't go for this. They're waiting for Jizuke and Svenskeren to catch a wave, and then they might go. It's all a timing game.
Oh, they find the root for the instant cleanse. Bang's gonna go back to safety. Weaver's Wall is almost back up and nearly get the seismic shove back at a range as well. It allows them to clear the wave, take the wolves, go for blue buff, EG, get a minute of breathing room.
For sure. And the overall stage of the game is still C9 in the relatively... Oh, still another blue buff. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
EG in a really tough spot and C9 looking towards the sweep. Now, just as a refresher for everyone on the playoff format, losing here for EG doesn't mean the end of their split. It would knock them down into the third place match, where they would eventually play the winner of tomorrow's game between FlyQuest and TSM. So a win here for C9 puts them straight into the finals. A loss here for EG means they still get another chance to eventually make finals. So while they may just end up getting swept out by C9, it's not completely the end of the road. Just wanted to point that out.
Yep, and they're going to see who's stronger between TSM and FlyQuest. If it's FlyQuest, they beat them last time, so you just do it again. We'll see if that one can come through. Meanwhile, we've got the mid lane being cleared away. The blue buff was stolen. There was only so much time. And now we get to wait to see as EG get a little bit of time to shove in the mid lane. They get a little bit of time to lick their wounds, catch some farm, scale back up. We've got Infinity Edge done for Bang. That is the first important item to complete. But you really got to get to 2 or maybe even 3 major items before you're going to put out the damage that Sven's putting out with his current gold lead. So it is a long road ahead. There is a long time for C9 to press for more of a lead. Third Drake is spawning right now. Cloud9 getting ready to push forward, and they're taking the bottom river. EG grouping up. Sven's going to be drowsy, but there's no re-engagement. It's got explosive cast brings to the front lines, though, and that's going to be killing the Vulcan. This is 5v4 on the map. Maybe, just maybe, Evil Genius has found signs of life. Kumo dives the backline, tries to find some damage on Aniski, looks for a second knockup. Maybe he can find that one as EG are diving in afterwards, but they're kiting him away. Second bubble's going to land. Sven no longer fight this one. Sven's scared. Gives himself that kill, shuts down his old mid laner. Now Licorice forced to run away, but it's 3-on-1 down there, and how well does Aatrox get away? Slowed it again, stunned soon up. Pantheon over the top, Blabber's here to reinforce. They're gonna find Kumo, they're gonna get that kill. 2-1 in the team fight. Bang still wants to battle, but can he really? He's running out of time to walk with. There's a quick body slam, and Bang answers it actually, as the overstep for Blabber makes it a 3-for-1 team fight.
And this is just going to continue going. Sven drops the Rift Herald in mid lane after they've lost the fight to try and get something at the end of it.
At least he gets that one. 300 gold in his pockets, 200 spread across the rest of his team. And it means we still have this 4,500 gold difference. A turret worth about 1 kill while assisted in total gold income. And end of the day, we go back to a holding pattern.
Okay, that was really wild. Svenskeren played that fight extremely well, even though he's had a very disappointing series overall. The cask to open originally, getting the kill onto Blabber was huge. The chase through to finish off Niski, and then even the finisher once Blabber re-entered. And now, he doesn't have Smite up, but he's threatening, and we might just see this whole fight over again.
Once again, onto the map, waiting to fight for this one. Smites are up on all sides, equal level in the junglers. Zazel in the front line, Blabber in the wings. Here comes the play. Who's got the smite? It goes over to Svenskeren. His Seismic Shove brings in 1. Zazel gets the shield in the front. He's healthy in the front line. Here comes the engage. Can EG make it happen? Licorice down below 1k. Weaver's Wall gonna isolate the squad and give a very easy defensive option here. But Cloud9, they lost the last team fight. They lost his Drake, and they've been the ones disengaging. The gold doesn't show it, but it feels like EG are turning the corner.
Yeah, I mean, we said that they needed to wait until late game, and I think they've absolutely turned the corner, and this is a very close game now, with EG looking to extend the series. 2 Drakes away from an Ocean Soul, but also having 2 kills onto Bang's Aphelios is huge if C9 can't find the proper access to him in the middle late game. So while this has been a full court press by C9 for so much of the early game, making EG have to react to everything and punishing almost every big play EG tried to make, the fact that that was 2 fights in a row in River that didn't go badly for EG, that actually ended EG favored, means they still have a chance in this game.
And what a play that would be to actually come back from a pretty much slaughter of the first 2 games and an equally rough early game here to this one. They had about a 4,000 plus gold deficit at 15. And as 5 minutes has ticked on, that has shrunk slightly, and they have continued to scale and get kills, as you mentioned, on the right people. Bang is the one I want all of the gold on right now. He is the one to keep him safe. He's got a Braum in the front line. He's and a Poppy in the top lane. he's got the front line.
Yeah.
Right? He's got the space to get the autos off. Bang can absolutely be the one to take this game over the finish line, but they've got to make sure they keep fighting cleanly. There's so much engagement from Cloud9 from so many angles, and they might try again right now.
Woo! Very close on the sleep of Niski, who was trying to find a pick there. And we're also at an interesting point where even though Kumo has been pretty far behind, he's really, really hard to kill with all the armor he's stacked, since generally speaking, Niski isn't the one to be able to rush him down with magic damage. I believe Sven will probably go the AP finish on Varus here, so I'm expecting like Nashor's Tooth and Zhonya's or Nashor's Tooth and Deathcap to finish, and once he has that, he'll be able to shred the front line of EG. But for this kind of brief window, you have the 2-item power spike on Bang and the really strong front line of Kumo, and EG needs to take advantage of this moment in time.
Hurricane being done is such a huge deal, especially when Sven is between buys. I think Sven still has more money overall. I think he's expected to with the 30 CS lead. But if you don't recall and spend that money and put new items in the inventory, that doesn't matter. You don't hit people with your wallet. You hit them with the items you buy with that thing. And so until that comes through, I like Bang in every team fight until something else comes into that inventory. And Minion's going to be cleared back and forth. And there's nothing quite worth fighting for right now. We're still 2 minutes from the next Drake, which is not, I would say, absurdly important. Yes, it puts Evil Geniuses on sole point. You want to get the 4 Drakes eventually, but I mean, that's not going to happen until, you know, quite a while into the game. Cloud9 have very little incentive to pick it up themselves. While Baron's on the map, I don't feel like either team has quite the control to really fight for it.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting watching the rest of this game because, like, yes, EG has the scaling advantage, mainly through the Aphelios, but if he dies, and if Sven is able to stay safe, Varus late game is also really potent, even if he's low mobility. So just a lot, like kind of just key players to really watch for. It is going to be, I think, an AD carry dominated story here in who can stand and fire in these team fights and like how the team makes space for them.
Zazel going to try a little bit of something right now. Look at it, damage to Sven. Pow! That is a lot of poke. Put him with 1 spell, then a half HP. Now, he can lifesteal back up. He's going to be fine. Vulcan, of course, already there to save him, but you can see how much damage they can do, and that was 1 spell. Imagine what it looks like when you land more than 1.
Yeah, Luden's, Sork Shoes, a big power spike for Jizuka right now. And look at Licorice needing to respect this wave just because C9's lost control of mid-wave, so they didn't know if Svenskeren was there to try and get a kill, and Licorice is kind of needing to protect this bounty in the side lane. If he gives that extra 400 gold over to someone like Bang, that could really swing the game back. And like, the way the map is playing is just not indicative of the 4,000 gold advantage you see on C9, which means you're kind of seeing the manifestation of Bang and Svenskeren's current power level.
All right, teleport burn to get into the mid lane pretty early on as Sven's going to rejoin the squad, and he sidestepped to move his inventory towards a Quicksilver Sash, so slows down his offensive purchases, goes for defense. That'll get him out of, you know, a Zoe Bubble, lets him QSS Flash to get out of any crowd control lock, and they are ready to fight. They're going for this 4th Drake of the game. If they get it, it splits the Drakes 2 and 2. They're nearby Licorice as well. They're dropping what wards they can, but they're not all gone. There is some vision towards that backside. Niski right in front of that ward here. Bubble almost going to land. It's not going to catch Blabber. They're going to go for a bit of an engage. Here comes the stun. The wall at the top. It pushes Zuka to the backside, but that might be enough time to rush down this Drake. We'll see. It's going to fall in a couple of seconds, and here comes the re-engage. Is it going to be enough? They flash forward. They find a huge ulti out of Bang, and that's going to pull Sven into safety. No, it's going to put him right back in the jaws of defeat. 2 kills picked up, plus the Drake, and here comes the re-engage. Licker's going to try on the backside, 1 versus 3. It's not going to be enough. Bang is safe to free fire. There's the 2nd kill picked up. And with the 3 members of Cloud9, they will do the best they can, but it's not going to be enough. They're going to try as hard as he's asleep. Just going to hit him in the back. And EG get a 3 for 0, plus the Drake steal, and they're right off to Baron.
I mean, there's a reason we haven't seen an undefeated playoff team in almost 5 years, Freak. It's really hard to win that many games in a row, and EG is coming up huge in this game. That initiation was so good by all of EG. Braum into the Aphelios Infernum R is what it looked like to me, and C9 didn't really stand a chance after that initiation. To know that this game went from about a 5,000 to 6,000 gold lead by C9 to now being only down in 600 gold, it's going to be really hard for C9 to come back in this one.
Yeah, this feels very heavily Evil Genius's favored. Backs against the wall. They need to win 3 straight to get that first sort of spot in the LCS finals. Otherwise, they wait in that championship qualifier, and they wait next weekend for their next chance at it. And C9 went for a very early game focused composition. The first 15 went well, and then it all slowed down. Now it's EG's turn. Turn it back around to win their first of 3. See if they can make that happen. If they can close this one out, then go into game 4, then go into game 5.
I mean, Bang is really, really, really strong right now. Infinity Edge, Phantom Dancer, Hurricane, also healing reduction to make sure the Death Stance Conqueror Aatrox can't go nuts in any type of duel. And Svenskeren even has Flash Up, so if the wrong person steps forward for C9, Svenskeren's just going to get him.
Well, there we go. Turret's going to fall. Down to 1/3, down to a quarter. That's going to be top lane tier 2 gone. EG get 4 turrets so far on the map. Niski playing far up to go for the wave clear, but he's not going to do too much. The minions are still healthy. There's a new wave reinforcing with double cannon. Inhibitor turret likely to fall. Sven can try to warm up the Rage Blade, but has to respect the rest of the possible damage. Getting hit down to half HP. He's got to be respectful. Nearly caught out right there. He's at 100 health. And Niski just gets caught out of the re-engage anyway. 1 for 0 already. Bang cleanses, kites away, stays alive. Licorice gonna try as well, but everyone is peeling him away. There is no chance through. Vulcan gonna be kiting away from Kumo. Double kill already in for Bang. This inhibitor is gone. We're under 28 minutes in, and Evil Geniuses work back a 6,000 gold deficit and are already knocking on the Nexus turrets. A huge, super fast 180. Second turret's gonna fall. Cloud9 will lose the second game they have lost all year. Evil Geniuses strike in game 3. 2 more to go.
The perfect playoffs are not to be for C9. And EG, you mentioned it, they come up huge in this game. Bang is the one who ended up carrying most of